Hello everybody and welcome back to Mazysgarden, Leos. I have a message for you. If you have Leo in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or North node, this message could be for you. Okay, guys? If this message doesn't resonate with you, please go check the other signs of your chart. This will have an extended. The extended is on Patreon. The link is in the description box below, along with the link to my link tree, which also has link to my other social media and also the Patreon. Okay? If you guys need a personal reading, feel free to reach out on any form of any platform. Okay, my email is also down there. Sorry, I got hair. Ugh. Sorry. Yeah. So we're just going to do a general reading, and then in the extended, we're gonna go dive deep further into it. Yeah, guys. So if you want to become part of my Patreon community, feel free to come on over. There's exclusive content there, extendeds. I'm going to be putting more content on there that you won't see anywhere else but on my Patreon. So feel free to go check that out if you can. All right. Spirit, why don't you tell me what Leo's got going on for this week? Okay. What Leo's got going on this week? Okay. All right. All right, Leos. Okay. So the first one that came out is Know Your Song, House Finch. All right. And gold might be your guys' color. I'm getting like gold this week. Definitely. Gold color. That makes sense, Leo. You are the royalty. You are the royalty. All right. So, before I go off of the book, because I've been reading a little bit up from the books, I know the House Finch talks about knowing your worth, feeling worthy, not letting other people tell you if, you're good enough, not letting other people's opinions weigh you down or tie you down in a way so that you can be free to do what it is that you feel that you're meant to do, sing your song in a sense. All right, so let's see what this says. House Finch's song is so sunny and sweet that in the 1940s, a speculator tried to sell this small bird, which he called the Hollywood finch, a reference to the finch's West Coast roots. He tried to sell it as a pet. The ploy was a flop, perhaps because House Finch can't compete with parrot for beauty and cage appeal. Unable to sell his stash of songbirds, the speculator released House Finch and friends on Long Island, and from there they quickly spread to bird feeders across the United States. If you, like the finch, if you've ever been deemed not enough, remember this is exactly how House Finch escaped his gilded cage. Despite being judged as not enough, the House Finch still sings like a star. You too have strength, a song. Do you know what it is? And the top part says, know your song. So in this time, maybe it's best this week to get to know yourself, to get to know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what you're good at, what you're not good at, and knowing just like what you're worthy of, or knowing that you are worthy of stuff, just like in general. Okay. We're gonna dive more into that with the tarot, but for time purposes. All right. Okay. And then the second one that came out is pause, assess, and then act. And this is the white-tailed deer. Oh, by the way, these I'm considering as like spirit animal totems. Please go look up the spiritual significances of this house finch or just finch, and the white-tailed deer or just deer. Okay. All right. So to me, this kind of means not rushing into things, not rushing to take certain opportunities that are presented itself, vet them. All right. people, places, situations. Vet them, all right? Opportunities, things that come to you. Don't just take it just because it's presented itself. The seasons are in this, okay? Allow yourself time, okay? This isn't a mad dash. It's not a rush. You're not running out of time. You're perfectly, you're on schedule. Let's put it that way, right? So don't allow the progression of time trick you into perceiving that you're running out of it, because you're not. So slow down. Really kind of think about what it is that you want, what you're capable of, what you're worthy of, okay? Kind of formulate some kind of game plan and then act on it. But let's see what this says. I've never read this one, so let's see. It says, step delicately and truly, the deer advises. Trust your intention, intuition, and your ability to move decisively. Excuse me. Whew. This always happens when I channel. The first step in taking decisive action is to pause and get the lay of the land. Sorry, guys. I need to calm down. Never one for snap decisions. Deer freezes, feeling into each new situation, reaching out with all of her senses, and then steps gracefully and surely into whatever's next. Deer will gift you with self-confidence, especially as you move through life's cyclical changes. Those times when one season of your life is ending and another is about to begin, trust Deer's medicine to help you make a definitive decision and then step into it with grace. Guys, do you know what you're capable of? Do you feel it intuitively? Do you know that like you're meant for more? Can you feel that? Right? So you need to kind of tap into that. All right. You kind of need to like even just take a moment and think bigger. That's really what I feel like. Like think bigger. You're Leo. Okay. You guys are able to achieve great things because you have the tenacity to do so. But you have to know that you're worthy, okay? All right, let's get some tarot for these messages. Let's get some tarot for it real quick. Know your song. Because I have a feeling that you guys, you're not really tapping into your potential. Maybe you've forgotten what your potential is. Maybe you've got lost in life, right? Lost in the mundaneness of life. And especially with the deer talking about like moving into like one cycle into the next, maybe it's time to figure out like, can I do more? Am I worth more? Am I able to do this? And allowing yourself to grow through that. All right, let's see. Spirit, what is Know Your Song about for this week for Leo? What's Know Your Song about? Yeah, okay. All right. Listen, I can see where maybe the burdens of life, okay, have weighed you down. Maybe there's some kind of conflict going on in your life, or just a lot of outside opinions, or, people wanting to tell you what to do, or, guys, I'm sorry. And like as Leos, you get it, okay? I'm so sorry. As Leos, I know you get it, but that's bothering me. Just rock with me, all right? I never said I was normal. Okay. All right, anyway. So the Five of Wands here talks about like really having some type of resistance. Okay, and it's weighing you down. All right, and again, I think it's because you just don't know what you're capable of, or you've let other people convince you that you're not good enough, or you're not capable of doing that, or you're too old to do that now, or you don't have enough schooling, or you're not talented enough, or blah 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 blah. That's a whole bunch of bullshit from outside people that don't know your intuition, don't know what kind of deal you made with God and the universe in this lifetime and what your contract is. So it's bullshit, okay? And you got to stop listening to other people. And once you start doing this and start like offloading all of those burdens, you're going to be able to move forward. But I can see where it's been really hard to move forward. It feels like you're like what I just like felt and saw is like drudging through the mud, like a really thick mud. And it's like, it's taking a lot of effort to even get your foot up to the next step and pulling it through the mud to the next step, right? So it's kind of made moving forward kind of hard. Let me keep going here. Even though you want to, I feel like like wherever you are or whatever you're doing, you could be doing more, or you could, or there's like more out there for you. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you feel everything's kind of going slow and you want to move forward fast. All right. But there's something about your mindset that's keeping you in this like burdensome, conflicted state. You need to start taking it just one step at a time to be able to move forward. Just one step at a time. And figuring out how to heal your emotions. Oh, big time. Big time. There could be cycles or addictions or obsessive behavior, codependency, or fear and negative thought patterns that are seriously holding you back. I feel like there's something to do with a lack of love, maybe from your childhood, that made you feel like you weren't good enough for certain things, or your parents told you that like, oh, you're not talented enough to do all of that, stick to what you're good at, that kind of thing, or they didn't show you love very well. So it's caused a deep level of insecurity and negativity, and like almost like a toxicity, where you're keeping yourself in really heavy, nasty cycles. And I feel like all you want is love, or like at least you want to love what you do. You want to love where you are. You want to love the person that you're with, or feel like you're loved. You want that. You want that for the long term. Okay? I can feel it. But I feel like you're not really getting that where you are. Listen, if you're not happy where you are, maybe this know your song, you need to know that like you're worthy of having better, and now it's time to the pause, assess, and act. Now that you're having that kind of realization, maybe you need to formulate a plan now. Let's see what this is about. Spirit, tell me about pause, assess, act. Wow, those came flying the fuck out, Jesus. Well, yeah. You are feeling very regretful about wherever it is that you are. Leos. Leo. Yeah. You want to get out of there. I could feel it. You want the balance. You want to balance out these heavier emotions, and your intuition is telling you that you have to move. And I feel like you just don't know how to do that or how to go about that. Yeah, you want the balance to come back in, and you want major change in your life. All right, let's go into the extended. Let's dive in deep. Let's go figure out how maybe you could do that. I have a feeling I know what that is. So let's go into the extended and get these answers, all right? If this is where it ends for you, though, if this is like, if you're not going over to the extended and this is like, this is where it's at, I'm gonna be honest with you. You need to figure out how to get over these negative emotions, this fear, this conflicted thinking, and these heavy burdens that you've been carrying around probably since childhood, and learn how to balance them out and move forward. Because that's what's really going to help you propel forward. All right. All right, guys. So again, if this is where I'm leaving you, I love you guys very much, and I'll see you next week. And then for everybody else that's coming over into the extended, I'll see you there. Bye, Leo.